All right. This is going to be a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay. Uh, it's not going to be like a video where I have only the points and I get to the point. Point number one or strategy number one. I'm going to have this conversation, which is going to be like a father figure to some of you, or like a elder brother, or you can even say a friend who has made a lot of mistakes in his life with regards to women. And I'm just going to share some things with you, which I wish someone had told me. But today I'm going to share it with you. And remember, why you should watch this video is because today, if you make mistakes with women, it can not only cost you your reputation, it can not only cost you your career, your life, uh, it'll cost you everything. And in some cases, you'll not only have the legal system coming after you, you might literally end up in prison, or you might end up being ostracized by society. So take this video very seriously. This is not a gimmicky video. This is not one of those, have fun, like Andrew Tate, put those bitches in their place. And no, I'm going to give you real practical advice that you should consider. And remember, in today's day and age, where females have been brainwashed with this feminist agenda, having this masculine traits, uh, it can destroy, it can really harm you more than you know. And you'll be very surprised to know this. Today there are many men who are very afraid of women, who are scared to get into a relationship, and some of them literally end up making the most stupid decisions, which you will be like, man, why the hell did you even do that? And how do I know this is because I get clients from around the world, Indians, predominantly Indians, because Indians relate to me. Because I come from an Indian background, a very conservative, reserved, strict Indian family, for whom, if you looked at a girl, even looked, they would call you names like, oh, you're a dog in heat, you're acting like yuck, this is the way you're looking at a girl. Oh, you're talking to a girl. It was like a taboo. They would never discuss anything, and they would never even, like, I couldn't even ask a doubt. Like, imagine you have temptations of wanting to masturbate, or you're confused about porn, you're confused about emotions and feelings, you feel you're in love with a girl, or you don't know if it's lust. So I didn't know who to go to, I didn't know who to ask. So, and guess what, those days there was no internet, there was no social media. So at least you're lucky. But today there is too much information that can really mess up your life. Okay, it'll confuse you. One guy will say do this, other guy will say don't do this. One guy will be like an Andrew Tate, the other guy will be like a Sadhguru type. You know what I'm saying? So, given all this, I'm going to share with you practical advice of what I've done in my life, what I should do, shouldn't do, and I hope this video helps you. Okay. Now, the first thing which I want to tell all the Indian men out there is this: be very, very careful. I know you're already scared, you already have enough things to worry about, and here I'm telling you, be scared. Yes, you must. And I'll tell you why. Especially if you're Indian, and especially if the girl is from India, understand this much, that today females now, because of the access they have to information, because of social media posts, because of this feminazis, as they call them, or feminist or whatever, today females, they can literally destroy your life. They can, from ruining your reputation on social media, or even by gossiping with their friends, they can even take you legally. All right. And understand this much: we human beings, no, mankind, if a guy says, oh, this girl destroyed my life, they don't take it that seriously. But if a girl says, the guy destroyed my life, they take it very seriously. There's always sympathy towards the girl. The poor girl, she's crying, she's petite. There's always a soft corner for the girl. So a girl, if she says that he tried to rape me, or he tried to molest me, or he's a sexual predator, the chances that they'll believe her is much more than if you would say it. In fact, if a guy says, "Oh, the girl tried to take sexual advantage," guys will be like, "Hey, enjoy, man. At least she's taking sexual advantage of you." That is why when you have news like this teacher molested this 15-year-old boy, men, with the way the brains are wired, they'll be like, "Fuck, man, I wish when I was 15-year-old, my teacher, as hot as she looks, she would have done this for me. My teacher didn't look so hot, but if she did, please molest me." That's how men think. But females, on the other hand, yes, some of them do have dark fantasies. They're a very small subset. But females, on the other hand, if they were to say that this teacher did this or that, it's not looked upon very lightly, especially if it's a man. So, number one, be careful. Be careful knowing that the law supports the females. And in India, a female can put a case on you, can make a claim on you without evidence. Okay? First information report, FIR. And before you know it, the social media will completely thrash and destroy you. And that is why we have so many young men who commit suicide, because, they have been branded. Like, there was this very infamous case where this guy was on a road. He was driving his scooter, and this female just snaps a photograph of this guy. He's a Punjabi guy with a turban. And she says, he is sexually harassing me or something. And for years, this guy they spread his name on social media, the photograph. I can't remember what is his name. And he lost his job. He lost his friends. He lost his, place in society. Nobody wanted to deal anything with him. And his life eventually got destroyed. Lucky for him, finally he found his true love. But this was nearly, I think, after maybe 7 to 8 or 9 years. So finally he found his, love or whatever. But imagine, 10 years of his life completely gone. So what I'm telling you is, be very careful. That's number one. Number two is, don't overestimate yourself and your capability, and don't underestimate the girl. Most of the guys think they're too smart. Most of the guys will watch one Andrew Tate video and think, "Oh, I'm the ultimate. I'm the OG. Oh, this is the techniques. He went to the gym. He pumped his muscles." So they go and pump. "Oh, he acts like this. Fake it till you make it." Yeah, all this advice is good. But you're assuming that nobody would be able to see through you. And I can openly tell you, an open challenge, I can tell you for a fact, eventually they will be able to see through you. Just as, when we see someone, okay, first time you see them, you're like, "Wow, this person's so perfect, so amazing." But when we spend time with the person again and again, you'll be like, "Oh, this drawback, that drawback. Oh, this person is acting like this." You eventually find out if the person is true or fake. That is why, these reality shows, the reason why they have them like 12 weeks, or, they have for a couple of months, 24/7 with cameras looking at them. You can put on an act first, but eventually your natural self will come out, and that is what they want to capture. So don't overestimate that you can fool the world. If you think that you're overly smart and everyone else is dumb, you are in for a bad surprise. So don't try to be overly nice, or don't try to be overly polished. It's very important to understand that you have to maintain a balance between trying to show that image versus being who you are authentically. That is why in my videos now, before, if you see my olden videos, have a look at them. My previous videos, I would try very hard to pronounce the words properly. I would try to show a lot of energy, because I felt YouTube videos should be made with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, with a perfect pronunciation. But if you see my videos nowadays, it's a very relaxed, chill pill. Because what I realized is, eventually when people interact with me, they'll be like, "Hey, this guy is just trying to put on, and that's not what you want." So that's the second point. Number three is, when in doubt, seek it out. What do I mean by this? You will be subject to the laws of the country. Okay, you'll be subject to the legal ramifications. So don't do anything without being clear. Let's say, for example, you're in Thailand. The laws and regulations of Thailand will operate. Now, I stay in Thailand. If you're in India, the laws of the country of India will operate on you. If you're in Dubai, the same. So find out, be very clear. Obviously, I'm not asking you to go to a court and start memorizing all the rules and regulations, but always have someone who knows at least what it is. For example, I had this client who called me up and said, I'm going to take revenge on this girl and expose her name to all my people on social media that she was my girlfriend, she had sex with me and all that. And I immediately cautioned him. I'll not give you specific details, but I told him, as per this country's law, okay, which I'm aware of, if you do that, okay, even if it's true, okay, it was obviously true. If it's, you'll be destroyed. They'll take you to court and they'll put you in jail, and they'll not only fine you, you'll not be allowed to leave jail. You'll be made to grind. And if she makes a fake this thing claim on you, she has support of the country. So be very clear of the legal ramifications. And if you're not sure, pay some money to some lawyer who specializes in this and find out. You'll be like, man, you're making the dating scene so complicated. Take it from me, my friend. Once you have sex with a girl, once you're with a female, okay, it is not going to be easy. All right, the next point. See, this one will be kind of crazy, but most, see, listen, if you're a guy, a normal guy, you want sex. Okay, you definitely want sex. You want to enjoy sex. Who doesn't want to enjoy sex? Most of we guys, we love romance, physical intimacy, and all that. But we kind of package this into, oh, I love you. Oh, like this. We show like this, and we hold the girl's hand, one like this, and we move the. Oh, we'll take a photo. You do this, and it's all bullshit. End of the day, the guy just wants sex. Between his legs, the little dangling little fellow, he rules the guy. It actually pulls him in the direction which it wants to go. Okay, this is a proven fact. And for a guy, the sexual urge is up and very fast. It goes super fast, like just like you know what I mean. For women, on the other hand, if you know the simple one, this is common sense biology. Females slowly get warmed up, slowly, they get turned on. It's not that women don't have sexual urges; they do. Yeah, nowadays, because of the social media, and it's become a very open thing. Oh, I feel horny. Oh, I masturbate. Oh, I want to do this. Okay, so sex is important for both, but for men, it's literally explicit and it's written all over their face. Understand this much, that a female can look at you and know and read you. It's very easy. A female can talk to you for a few seconds and know that you want sex. It's very obvious. In fact, when you're talking to a female, and if a female has, obviously, for example, she's trying to show her boobies, and when you're talking to her, if your eyes even go a little down, she knows it, because we are like horses. We look like this, and this. Females, on the other hand, have such a broad vision. They can look like this, and they are looking down here. I had to practice this art where I'm looking straight at you, but I can see up here and I can see down here while looking at you. See, look at me. Look at me. Right now, I'm looking at the camera, but I can see what's happening here. 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 This takes practice. It's like a peripheral vision. I used to practice this so that, why? Because I always had the habit, when I was young, when a girl is looking sexy, I would look at her, the eyes would go slowly down. And one particular female, who had experienced with many men, she was like, Loy, are you staring at my breasts? And I was like, oh, just, like someone put cold water on my face. And then I honestly asked her, I said, how did you know? I was very curious. And she laughed and said, Loy, it's very easy. And she explained to me. So I'm telling you this, females can read through you easy. So if sex is on your mind and it is your agenda, they can see it. Now, does that mean you go tell the girl, hey, listen, I want to fuck you, huh? I really want to fuck you. I want your boobs and your vagina. No, you don't do that. Okay. You need to use common sense. So, in as much as you want sex, which is why you're getting into the relationship, otherwise, why the hell, you're getting into it. Um, don't make that the center point. If sex is the only thing that you need, if that is the only thing that you want, might as well go to the red light district, go to a upscale, don't go to a dirt cheap. There you'll have higher chance of STD. And I'm not encouraging you to do this. I'm just telling you, if you're desperate, if you're so frustrated that you view every girl as a piece of meat that you want to have sex, you might as well go and relieve yourself. Because I'll tell you why. Because if you don't, there are a lot of men who lose control at the wrong time, wrong place, with the wrong individual. Like, nobody will share this with you. Clients have shared it with me. Like, when they were sitting with a girl, they suddenly got a hard on. Sometimes they end up having this girl who's like a teenager, but she considers you like an uncle, and she sits on your lap, or she comes in, and then they feel turned on. Some men have really shared that, man, I'm so ashamed that I felt like this. I said, why do you think the porno industry has this concepts of stepdaughter with stepfather and all? These are some of the dark fantasies most men have, but they are very afraid to share. They're very afraid to. Now, obviously, you'll say, "Oh, Lloyd, did you have it?" No, thankfully, I'm being honest. Huh? Let's be man to man. I'm being honest. I never had that fantasy. Young girls like that typical 18 legal age. Yes, I have had. Today, it's just a remnant that, oh, I used to have this. Now I'm very sure, oh Lloyd, don't tell me you don't have it. And I'll tell you why I don't have it with the examples so that it'll be clear. But understand this much, that if you're only in a relationship for sex, then you just go relieve yourself. Seriously. Because if you only want sex and you think, I'll get a girl and I'll have sex, I'll get free sex. No, you'll pay much more money, time, effort trying to get that girl rather than going to someone who offers you sex service. This is practical real life advice, because you go to the girl, she knows what to expect, you know what you're getting into, she knows what she's getting into. Pay the money, get your fantasy, no need warm up, nothing, finish. But with this other girl, she has her expectations, she has anticipation, she has a warm up phase, a period. It takes time. Okay. And I'll tell you, it's better you address this issue instead of trying to, cover it up. So, sex, yes, most of us men get into a relationship for sex and fun. But if that is your only agenda, please satisfy yourself with a sexual service provider than trying to get a girl only for sex. And the next point, which might sound really crazy, coming especially from me, don't view women as sexual objects. Okay, I'm kind of proud to say this, that um, whenever I saw a girl, I didn't look at her as boobs or ass or thinking or fantasizing of her private parts, her genitalia. Yes, I did always want a girlfriend. Yes, I always did want to have sex. Yes, I would fantasize about what I saw on the adult magazines when I was young. But when I would talk to a female, it wasn't about sex. Yeah, I would want her to be my girlfriend, but I didn't look at her and think, oh, this, oh, juicy. Oh. There are a lot of men who think like this, unfortunately. In fact, some of them never even grow out of it. So you'll be very shocked to know people who are in their 50s or 60s, some even 70s. Some of them say, oh man, I'm still looking for a young girl. And it's looked upon as being a absolute creep. Take it from me, you wouldn't want that. Okay. That is why so many people in their 60s and 70s, why do they come to these third world countries from the West? They're living their fantasy. A 70-year-old man with a 20-year-old. I saw one video where a 72-year-old man getting down on his knee and proposing to this Filipina girl and saying, I love you. And, he's trying to be romantic. And then she picks him up and she kisses his, wrinkled lips. And, he's an old man. And, when she pulled him up, he was almost going to fall. So she made him sit down and she smooched him. And obviously, there were people who were like, yuck, oh, this is so gross. This is like a pedophile. And, he's 70, she's 20. Imagine. His daughter's maybe older than this girl, maybe double her age. So, yeah, so you can't help it. This is a reality. But for you, Indian men out there, if you view women as sexual objects and people come to know about this and they talk about it, your reputation, if it is destroyed, finish. So, what is the solution here? Go satisfy yourself, come back normal. Okay. And please don't get into a relationship if your weakness is multiple women and sex. Myths with multiple women. If it is one female, fine. But that comes to the next point, which is if you are getting into a relationship for sex, there is a price to pay. See, the more sex you have with a female, the more she would want to marry you, start a life with you, have a family with you, have children. And if that is not your agenda, at some point she'll question you, then why did you take advantage of me? That's what they'll say. Why did you use me? Why did you do all this? And, like they say, God forbid, no? If the female gets pregnant, you are finished. And right now, the Indian court or the Indian law states, if you had sex with a girl and you promised her marriage or you promised her you will get married, that also can be taken as, civil or criminal offense. Now, just imagine if the girl fabricates a story and says, yeah, I had sex with him because he told me he will get married. He loves me and he'll... Now, even if you didn't say that, how can you prove it? He said, she said, But they always give the privilege to the female. So be careful here, okay? Like I told you, sex is fun, but don't get into a relationship just for sex because the female can really jack your life if that's what she wants to do. The next point number 6, is mentally and emotionally, I tell men, hope for the best, but expect the worst. Okay, hope is always a good thing. Oh, I hope that she loves me forever. But stay prepared because you just don't know when she'll show the ugly side to you. She might show you that she loves you, but she is maybe actually using you. She might tell you that, oh, I don't want to get married. I'm open-minded like you. But maybe she deep down really loves you and, is become like this clingy female who wants to marry you. Maybe she'll tell you, I'm very mature. I don't mind it. Maybe deep down she's the type who, the minute you break up with her and get another girlfriend, she'll get, damned bloody jealous. So there are so many things. And there are some female who, if they know you're too good to be true and they can't get a guy as good as you, they will destroy your life. They will take you to court. Okay. So some of them can be very vindictive. Like they say, hell knows no fury than a woman's wrath. Just be careful. I know I'm scaring you with this film, but believe me, this is better for you to be mentally ready and prepared. But that doesn't mean, I'll stay away from all girls. No. Know what you're getting into. Understand the risks. I'm not saying this will actually happen, but there's a possibility in today's day and age. Number 7 is, if you really want to get to know the character of a female, don't judge her based on her Sunday best. Like when she's meeting on a date. Obviously, she's dressed up amazing. She looks amazing. She acts amazing. She talks amazing. That is a Sunday best behavior because you're behaving your best. She's behaving her best. You really want to know her core character, how she really is? Meet her family members. Check out her, how she behaves with her mother and father. Check out how they behave. Check out how the mother behaves, her father behaves. Check out how her friends behave, how she acts with her friends. Just take a step back and watch how she interacts with other people, how she acts with her friends, how she acts alone, how she acts with her office colleagues. Do you see a difference, or is she more or less the same? Or are you surprised with what you see? Does she behave very timid in front of her parents but very wild outside? Or does she behave like a spoiled brat? Or does she behave immature with her parents? All these are a telltale signs. Because if she is different with the other people and she's different with you, means she's putting on a selected personality or facade, which eventually vanishes as she becomes familiar with you. So keep that in mind. So the best way to know her true character is her selection of friends, how her family members are, and her environment, surroundings. Even her workplace can impact her. Trust me. If you go to a workplace and everyone's stuck up, the possibilities that she's also the same is very obvious because the workplace culture does impact you. Number 8 is, this is very important. If there was one single advice I could give is search and find out and be observant of the red flags. Okay, everyone has a red flag. Check out what are her red flags and be aware of it, because it is the red flags here that will actually cause hell in your relationship. Number 9 is, don't just meet one girl and decide, I'm going to marry this girl. This is the girl of my dreams. This is the one I love. No. The first girl will always seem to be the most amazing. But with time, as you meet more and more girls, as you get exposed to a variety, you'll be you'll be spoiled for choice, and then you'll choose the best. See, the first girl I made, girlfriend I had at the age of 16, when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, bloody hell, what was I thinking? And you'll not believe, even up to the female I met, the last one, before I got married to my wife. Now, when I look back, I'm like, what was I thinking here? So I'm telling you, your tastes evolve. You make mature decisions. You make better decisions as you give time. So give it time. Allow yourself to get more experience, more variety, more individuals into your life. And with that experience, you'll know what is best for you. Today at 50, I know what I really want compared to when I was in my 20s. Okay. Number 10 is, females hate me for saying this, but someone has to say it. Always buy a car which is easy to maintain, which is easy to pay the service fees, to get original parts. Now, obviously, a girl is not a car. You're not going to buy any parts for her, but buy a girl who is easy to keep happy. My wife, the reason for the success of our marriage is, it's very easy for me to keep my wife happy. Very easy. I I hardly have to spend 10% of what I earn because the expectations are so low. The lower the expectations, the easier it is to keep the girl happy, and make sure that you maintain them, don't increase them. By pampering her with more gifts, more time, more attention, she'll only want more. It's a, they call it, I think, what, heuristic treadmill, right? So get a girl with lower expectations and who is easy to maintain. You'll be a happier man. Okay. The girl who is a premium edition, you'll always have to spend premium in everything, and it'll only increase with time. Number 11, I always tell men, don't tell her lies because eventually she'll find out. But the caveat here is, yes, don't tell her lies, but don't be such a dumbass where you tell her 100% truth. You expose everything. You will go through hell if you do that. Okay, so maintain a balance between not telling her lies, but not telling her 100% of the truth. Because remember, anything you do and say can be used against you one day. When tomorrow things go south, or when tomorrow you break up and she becomes like your enemy, or she wants your pound of flesh, every secret you told her will become a weapon that she'll use against you. So be careful of that, which is where, I mentioned in the next point, how much you expose to her the secrets is what she will use against you one day. You're giving her ammunition, and you will not be able to negotiate. Okay. And also, if you can't keep your own secret, why will she keep your secret? All she needs to do is tell one person, just one, and finish. That spreads all over. Which brings me to my next point is, um, if the female uses social media, if the female is active on social media, if the female splatters all the news and everything on social media, if she talks and tells everything to a mother, father, brother, sister, that's a female you need to keep away from, because there'll be too much of drama, too much of family involvement. And for a female who mentions on social media, if she posts everything that you do good, see if she is posting something bad. That's a big red flag. Another red flag is, um, does she bitch about her ex boyfriend? Does she give you sad stories? Does she position herself as a victim? If she does this, she'll do the exact same thing with you, because what she does with others is what she'll do with you, which is another point I'll give you. I know, too many points. If she cheats on her boyfriend and she sleeps with you, means when she has a boyfriend, she's sleeping with you, she'll do the same with you. When she's with you, she'll sleep with someone else. Because what she's doing with him, she'll do it with you, right? Don't you think she got into that relationship expecting the best? So when she was not happy, she cheated him behind his back and did it with you. So when tomorrow she's not happy with you, she'll sleep with someone else. Same way, if she lies to her parents who looked after her, took care of her, if she lies to them and she spends time with you, obviously maybe she can't tell her parents, I'm going on a date or I'm having sex with this guy. But if she can explicitly lie with a poker face, she'll do the same with you. And this has happened to me with the girl I love the most. She used to literally, like, imagine she's in bed with me and she's talking to a parent, oh, mama, I'm studying, in a very convincing manner. I'm studying, I'm in my school. And I was like, wow, she's a genius. Little did I know that she would do the same game with me later on when she was with another guy. Okay, so keep that in mind. What she can do with others, she'll do it with you. Number 12 is very important. Be very clear with your agenda with the girl. Don't promise her the sun, moon, and stars. Don't promise her marriage, and be very explicit about it. And sometimes it's better to keep it in writing. Most of my the clients who come to me, I tell them this, they find it very odd. Take it down in writing. Some of the superstars or celebrities, if you get romantic with them or you want to have sex with them, they actually have their lawyers, some of them, their lawyers, who make you sign a dotted line, a document that you're having sex with them or you're going on romantic. You will not use any of this against them on social media or take them to court. Seriously, this is not a joke. Obviously, I don't expect you to take a contract. Okay, we're having sex, sign this. No. Use your discretion, use common sense to know what should be kept in writing, what should be kept as evidence. Because let's say you get a girl to a room, your house, and you both are having sex or whatever. What if tomorrow she claims that you dragged her to the house and you try to rape her, you forced her? So if in case you have security cams all over, I'm just saying, for example, you have security cams and you can prove it that you didn't pull her, you didn't force yourself, see, it shows, you have one way out. Now, I know this sounds rather creepy, you keeping cameras where you're having sex and all that, but guess what? A lot of people do it who are smart. Maybe you can't afford it, but you figure out a way. You figure out a way how you can make sure that if tomorrow she puts a false claim on you, your life is not destroyed. Because once it goes legally, nothing can save you. And like I said, if she spreads false rumors, you need to have something to save your ass. Simple example, one of my friends online works for a multinational company in India. His colleague, a good-looking guy, he was also a model. They had this colleague working in their department. She was slightly plump, not beautiful, but she was crazy about this guy who was a model. So they used to work together in the same department. Many times they had to go to the server room to do things. And one day she put a false claim that he tried to rape her. And to his shock, when she claimed that he tried to rape her or misbehave with her, everyone took the side of this female and everyone ostracized this guy. Nobody wanted to talk to him, be with him, associate, because he was branded as a sexual predator. In fact, the management even took actions. Luckily for him, they had cameras everywhere, and they were able to get this footage, and it clearly showed She was the one who was making advances while he was refusing her. And because of this, he was able to prove his innocence. But he went through almost, I think, 2 weeks or a month of this trauma. But you see how things can just flip. And why did she do this? Because he was declining her advances. So be careful. Just a few more points before we conclude. Um, so be very clear with your agenda. Make sure that the proof of evidence is always on your side. Number 13, this is the 13th point anyway. Never make a permanent decision like marriage or we'll have a child together or whatever, especially when you're emotionally high or you're sexually high. When she's going down, oh, your passions are high, oh, I love you, oh, all that you might say. But don't think of marriage, don't think of being permanently with her. Because I'll tell you this, sometimes when you're emotionally or sexually high, your brain stop working. It's obvious. That's why head and down head. We think with only one. Why do you think men are called dickheads? So never make, and especially marriage, it's a very serious business relationship which will involve you making all the sacrifice. So please don't make a permanent decision. If you have to make a permanent decision, even getting a tattoo of the female, which I've already done, dumb, give it time. And think about it when you're fighting, when you have a bad time, and you'll realize, no, you should not make a permanent decision, especially when emotionally or sexually high. Number 14, if the female wants to break up and wants to leave, do not force her to stay. Do not convince her to stay. And do not blackmail her to stay, and don't take any revenge. And after she leaves, don't take her back. That is one thing I'll tell you. So make sure that if she leaves, you have all the evidence to prove that you're going off with a good shake hand. And see, many times you might feel, oh, I'll never get this girl. I've been there. We feel we'll never get this girl. We'll never get the one we love. But take it from me. If you work on yourself, improve, you will get someone better. Give it time. Okay? And if she wants to go, let her go. I always get the policy. There are many fishes in the sea. I'll get another one. Number 15 is when you're dealing with the girl, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That means don't give her so much money, so much time, so much effort, so much sacrifice that one day when she breaks up, it breaks you. You'll be like, I give you my life savings, I give you my time, I give you my effort. Nobody will care. And this is what I tell even parents. Don't put so much of sacrifice, money, effort into your children that tomorrow if your child dumps your ass and goes away, you shouldn't cry and say, I give my life savings, what will I do? So even a female, maybe today she's ready to die for you. Tomorrow maybe she's bored of you. So keep that in mind when you're putting time, effort, money. So never put all your eggs in one basket. Save some for yourself. And remember, there's always a possibility she'll leave you. Even with my wife, I've always kept a reminder that maybe she can leave me. Number 16 is what you share. I told you, all the secrets you share, she will use it against you. And that is where I'll tell you, do not share, especially passwords, bank account details, or anything confidential if you're not sure that this is someone you can be with for life or you can trust with your life. Even if you marry, there's a possibility you can divorce, right? So because you can check that video where I almost was about to divorce my wife because she didn't do anything bad, but she broke a agreement we had. The agreement was she'll not take even a penny without my permission. And after nearly 7-8 years, she gave a very small amount. Without my permission, she gave and helped one poor person, a very small amount. But that was, I really felt it was a violation. And thankfully, she told me. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is understand that women are emotional creatures. They can make an emotional decision. So if you give your bank account details to her or access to your bank, or she knows how to log in with your phone password and transfer the money, stuff can happen. And given that clients with problems come to me, I know how many problems take place. So be careful what you expose to her. Even your password, keep it private. She should not touch your things. And that is one of the stuff I mentioned in red flags in women. If you want an updated video, let me know. And last, if not the least, the final piece of advice I'll give you is make up a relationship slowly. Take your time to understand the female to get into a relationship. But breaking up, the faster you break up, the better. And when you have to break up quickly. Don't drag it. The more you drag it, no, the more she will use it against you and the more vindictive she gets. So it's like, cutting off a limb instead of sawing through it slowly, which makes it painful for everyone. Break it off fast, without hurting her in front of witnesses and end it quickly, like a cancerous growth. Because otherwise, if you break it up slowly, I'll tell you, she will eventually get powerful and she'll take revenge against you. Okay. And make sure your ass is covered after you break up. Passwords, everything is changed. Otherwise, it's like a snake. She's going to come, slither back and bite you when you least expect. Because remember, a female, no matter how petite they look, no matter how innocent, if they want revenge, they can really go out there to destroy you. So I hope this kind of gave you all the tips, tricks, strategies of how to deal with women in 2025. And as a bonus point, I'll tell you, if you're really confused and don't know what to do, approach someone who's a professional and take their advice and guidance. So someone mature, someone who will give you like hard-hitting advice, like myself or anyone, or go to a lawyer and someone who can give you logical advice. Otherwise, I'll tell you, it'll cost you more than what you bargained for. I hope this video gave you some value. If you want more videos like this, comment down below. Let me know. Maybe I can make some more relationship videos like this for you guys. And if you have any questions or doubts, you can either comment down below or send me an email in private. And yes, I will respond to it. Having said that, good, bad, ugly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.